Now, the recently concluded Summit of the Americas in the Colombian city of Cartagena probably wouldn't have drawn so much attention here in China had it not been for an alleged prostitution scandal involving US Secret Service agents. Now, according to Colombian police, the US agents brought a number of prostitutes back to the beachfront hotel they were staying in, and indeed near where President Obama was due to stay. However, apparently a conflict broke out over the payment of a fee to the prostitutes. The prostitutes said it was a significant amount. The agents said about $50. Anyway, the police were called, but on the US side, a slightly different story emerged from the agents. Now, this version said that the agents picked up some women in a bar, unaware that they were prostitutes, and refused to pay when the women demanded money at their hotel the next day. Whatever the truth of the matter, President Barack Obama has said the Secret Service agents would be fully investigated, and he added that he would be angry if the allegations prove true. Currently, 11 Secret Service agents are either on administrative leave, have been retired, or indeed one has been removed from his position. China is, of course, living through one of its own biggest scandals in decades, involving politics, murder and corruption, though not specifically prostitution yet. So how do Chinese net users view the embarrassment faced by the Obama administration this time? Well, to get an idea, let's join our researcher, Esther Dung, in the newsroom. Now, Esther, I believe this scandal has sparked off quite a bit of discussion here in China, certainly in the online community. Give us a taste of what's being said.
Well, yes, there's quite a range of opinions from Chinese posters. And above all, there's been a lot of criticism of these agents. First, listen, a surprised poster on Weibo.com asks, how can they expose their identity when soliciting prostitutes? So unprofessional. And this poster named Why Mail has this. Oh my God, these American agents even default on paying prostitutes. Well, a net user called Du Ping, a journalist and Hong Kong-based Phoenix TV, is far from surprised based on his personal experiences. Well, the impression the American agents have left among the Chinese public is usually strong and reliable guys who are ready to sacrifice their life. And the crisis of management in the Secret Service is really dangerous because it will result in inefficiency and incompetence on the part of agents. It's not only a matter of the government's image, but also threatens the security of the country's leaders. And Du Huiqun says on Caixin.com, President Obama was already under plenty of pressure even before this summit. Central and South American nations have long been unhappy with the U.S. inaction in combating drug consumption, and the U.S. exclusion of Cuba from the summit also drew much criticism. U.S. influence in the region is already declining, and the scandal will simply add to the pressure. Even Obama's presidential election could be challenged. But whatever the severity of the scandal, this poster on iPhone.com doubts the agents will suffer any punishment in the real sense of the word. Obama has promised an investigation, but he also praised the agents' contribution to the U.S. government. So I don't think there will be a real investigation into this, and the agents will be cleared finally. After all, the U.S. government doesn't want to discourage the morale of these agents who are protecting the lives of Obama, his family, and the other top officials.
Okay, well, besides criticism and concerns over possible negative effects this scandal might have brought to the U.S. government, anything else being mentioned about it in general?
Well, yes. One other interesting thing. Some posters actually draw comparisons with what they feel happens or might happen in China in such a case. For example, Wang Xiaohu 成长记 asks on Weibo.com. In China, when those working in the government bodies visit prostitutes, they just need to sign invoice, and the government will pay the bills. So who would bother about such a small amount of money as these American agents did? Well, this poster from Guangdong wonders whether or not such news would even surface if something similar occurred amongst the Chinese government staff. Well, if such a thing happened in China, would the media even dare to report it? So stopping laughing at the U.S. Well, Wu Fasheng on iPhone.com seems a bit tired of the tit-for-tat comparisons and think they are as bad as each other. See? Where there is power, there is a group of spoiled people who are arrogant and have no compunction in breaking the law.
A plague on all their houses, in other words. Okay, thanks for looking into that for us, Esther. And that was China Take researcher Esther Dung with reaction to the recent less than secret behaviour of President Obama's Secret Service agents in Colombia. Next on China Take, some of the top trending phrases on China's most popular search engines. Let's see what's got Chinese net users curious.